All right, so last section of chapter 11, we get to talk about rational equations and functions, and let me prep you for this word today.
Rational. Solve.
We're going to be solving, and when we solve, because some of you guys get down to like the last couple of steps and then you just stop, we want our final answer to say something like what? X equals something, right? We want a value for the number. Now, these are going to look crazy at first, and that's why you're not going to get 25 of them a day, all right? So, to get us ready for this, okay, rational expressions are just what? Rational numbers are what?
Fractions.
Fractions, thank you, okay? Now, how we solve them is going to be interesting. So, if everyone can write this down. A lot of you guys should notice this. Oh, this is review. Come on. Yeah.
I feel like it's not.
We need whiteboards.
No. I don't want us to use whiteboards on our first day. Okay, a few things I would like us to get down though, other than the original, and you guys are so good at writing down the original, okay? My sevies are still, okay? What I would like us to know is this. When you have a fraction equal to another fraction, that is when we cross multiply. And a lot of you guys know that. So let's check this one out. Should be a warm-up, okay? What's 5 times 3?
15.
Oh, that was tough. Okay? 15. What do we put right after the 15?
Equals.
Equals. Very good, okay? And then y times y is?
Y squared.
Yeah. Okay, awesome. Now, a lot of people try to do all sorts of crazy things, okay? But what I want us to remind us about, okay, if you get a variable squared, what do we have to do next?
You have to make sure everything's on one side.
Oh, that was horrible penmanship. So let's just try this again. Get everything to one side, right? Get everything to one side, because this is where we're at right now. When we get a term squared, some of you guys don't know what to do. Well, I'm trying to help you out today. Let's get everything to one side. Well, the easiest thing to do would be,
Minus 15.
yeah. So let's subtract 15. And so we're going to get 0 equals, and Sass, just try to stay with one step at a time, please. Any questions there? Okay, then the next thing you might want to write down, when we get everything to one side, we always want to factor, right? We always factor to be able to solve when we have a term squared. Well, let's go through our factoring steps. Do we have a greatest common factor?
No.
Is that difference of squares? No. Is that like a perfect trinomial? No. So then we would do the British. AC would be what, you guys? Negative 15. What two numbers would add to get what?
2. Negative 5 and negative 3.
Yeah, some of you guys are getting very good at this British method. Okay? Now, so 5 and negative 3. Which one do we want to put first? Yeah, usually we want to put our negative one first, so we don't have to switch any symbols. Next step, we do our nice little what? Parentheses. And this should be review, okay? This should be helping us with our review that was due today. Okay, I love that you guys are getting this down. What do we have here?
Divide by y.
Divide by y. So we're going to have y minus 3. Divide by what?
5.
5, very good. And we're left with y minus.
3.
Now, some of you get all the way to this step and you stop. Now, I hope no one does that in here. We have to do what, Hunter? Yeah, set them equal to 0. So what's our first answer going to be?
Y equals negative 5.
Okay, what's our next answer going to be?
Y equals 3.
Okay. Now, we are not done yet. Why not?
Because
What makes fractions different than most solving problems?
you have to make sure it doesn't equal 0.
What doesn't equal 0?
Your denominator.
What would make the only thing, what would be the only number that would make our denominator undefined?
Negative 2.
Negative 2. Is that either one of our answers?
No.
No, so both of those answers are good. Are good. Any questions on this one?
Did we do this already?
This is review, but our next one's not going to be review. Okay? Not that one. This one. Let's write this down. So, this one, I hope you guys love today. And so what I'm going to ask you guys to do is write down solve. Here's example 2. And then I need someone who's really smart. What's different about this one than the other one? Yeah, there's 3 parts. Do you guys see that?
Yeah.
There's 3 parts there. So would it make any sense to cross multiply? No, we only cross multiply when it's a fraction equal to a fraction. Okay? So then this is what it would advise you to do.
You do -1 back instead of 3.
Put this under it.
What? This one's down here.
Put this right under it. Put it big, put it bold. If you have a highlighter, use a highlighter. Today should be your favorite day because we're going to get rid of the denominator, and I'm going to show you how we get rid of the denominator, okay? Right now, do you guys see, since they are different denominators, it's like comparing apples to oranges to bananas, right? When they have different denominators, it's like 3 different things. You guys following? Okay? Now, to get them all the same, we're going to multiply by the LCD. Check out how awesome this is. First off, what is our least common denominator?
15 times.
Would you guys all agree with that?
Yeah.
Do you guys all agree with that? Okay, then I would like you to do this. Where's this negative actually? Yeah, by the 3. Okay, cool. So then, do you guys have a separate color? Use a different color to do this. You're going to multiply this by 15x, and I'm going to show you why. Okay, multiply this by 15x and put a 15x right on the top and write a 15x right here. We are going to multiply every single part by 15x. I'm kind of skipping these steps, so I hope no one writes that down because I'm trying to give you a shortcut. Sorry. Now, check how magical this is. You guys ready for this?
Sure.
You guys ready for this? So after we multiply by the LCD, okay, so if you do want to write down the steps, okay, find your LCD. 2, multiply every fraction by LCD. Okay? 3, simplify. Multiplying by the LCD gets rid of your fractions. We only can do these on solving problems. Okay? So check this out. What's 15x divided by 5x?
3x.
No.
3.
3. Okay? What's 3 times 2?
6.
Well, that was hard.
Whoa, what?
We are multiplying by the LCD. It will always get rid of your denominator. Check this out. What's 15x divided by 15?
X.
So what's x times negative 3?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, this is magical. Did I lose anyone yet? Check this out. What's 15x divided by x?
15.
What's 15 times 1?
15.
What symbol's in front of it?
Plus.
Do you guys know how to solve stuff like this? Does this look a little nicer than this? And it all comes from multiplying by our LCD. Okay? Right now, how do we get x all by itself? You guys know how to do this. Okay, minus 15. When you have x, just an x term, you get numbers to the other side. So thank you for writing these down in your notebook. Okay, what's 6 minus 15?
-9.
Very good. Okay, so then we have this. What's happening between negative 3 and x?
Multiplication.
Opposite is? Man, you guys are on your A games today. I love that.
X equals 3.
And at this time, I would like everyone to get these steps down. Get your LCD. Multiply every fraction by the LCD. You simplify.
That's not a 4 step.
Not really. Sorry. You simplify. The 4th step essentially is to check 3 is okay though. What would not be okay? 0. Okay?
So if you, so like any answer is right unless you have 0. Like if x equals 0.
If your denominator would be 0. Correct. Okay? Pretty cool, right, you guys? How to get rid of denominators. How to compare apples to apples as opposed to a bunch of different fruit. Okay? If everyone can write this one down exactly as is,
Can you switch
Okay.
it to the 24s and more?
that's fine. And then you're just moving the other ones over? That's fine. If everyone can write this exact problem down. All right, so let's check this out. In order to get rid of our denominators, we have to figure out what the LCD is. Now, we have already done this in the past, okay? What do we have to make sure we do to every single denominator? Factor. If you forgot that, always remember that, okay? What are we gonna have to do to factor this one?
British.
British, okay? What two factors of -5 add up to 4?
1 and 5. Negative 1 plus 5.
Thank you, okay? So let's do that real quick. You can do it right below here because you're gonna have room, okay? What's our next step?
Wait, how do you get 5?
AC equals -5.
I said
Right.
never mind.
Okay. Thank you for those writing this down. I don't know why some of us are just sitting there, okay? Then we have to factor this. What can we factor out of our first group?
X
X, we are left with X
minus 1.
-1. What do we factor out of here?
Negative 5.
+5. What are we left with?
X minus 1.
Okay. Now, when we get to this step, you should say, oh, this is great. I'm just going to cross that out just so we don't get confused. This is no longer any of these, it's this. Now, in the past, we have gone through this. And like I said, these problems are not going to be easy unless you know, A, how to factor your denominator. Second thing, how do you find the LCD? And we spent 3 whole days on how to find the LCD. So right now, I want to give us 10 seconds to write down, what do you think our LCD is? And once you have it, just put your hand on your head. And you can write it down, that's cool. And if you've always had to guess what the LCD is, I hope this is one thing we can get better at. I hope everyone gets better. So let's check it out. This one is already factored. This one's already factored. Is it alright if I just move that negative by there? We should have done that. Okay, cool, thank you. And this one has both of them. So therefore, what does our LCD have to be?
X minus 1 and X plus 5.
Both of them. Yeah. Okay, so know this. Once everything's factored, if they have different factors, you just need both of them. Now, if we follow our steps that we just wrote down, okay, we're going to multiply every single fraction by this LCD. So yes, it might get a little crowded, but I would ask that you would actually write it out verbatim. There's our x minus 1, x plus 5. Here's our x minus 1, x plus 5. I hope we all have space to write all of this down. X minus 1, x plus 5.
Can you like,
Because then the next step is my favorite.
can you just
Because it gets rid of our denominators. Does anyone need more time with this first step? Okay, check this out. What crosses out on our first one?
X minus 1.
Yeah, okay, and I'm just going to change colors. So we are left with this. What do we have to do with this one?
Multiply
Multiply. So what's x times x?
X squared.
Okay, plus what?
5x.
Yeah, we have to distribute it. Okay, cool. Then we have our plus sign. Okay, what crosses out for our second one?
X plus 5.
Yeah, and then we just have to distribute a negative 3x. So negative 3x times x is
Negative 3x squared.
negative 3x squared. What's negative 3x times negative 1?
Plus 3x.
Plus 3x. Then we have our equal sign. Any questions up to this point? Okay. How we doing, Joe? Okay.
No, I'm like.
And then check out this last one. This one should be your favorite. So what are you left with? Okay, cool. So we just multiplied. We just crossed out. We just multiplied by what's left. What do you think we should do first? That would make sense. Combine like terms. I love that. Okay, so let's do that. What's x squared plus negative 3x squared?
2x, negative 2x squared.
Negative 2x squared. Very good. What's 5x plus 3x going to be?
2x squared. I mean 2x.
X.
Oh,
8x.
never mind. That's
Thank
fine.
you. Okay. 8x. And then how do we bring this over, you guys? Now, why do we know we have to add it? Because this term is what?
Negative.
Well, squared, right? This term is squared.
Oh.
Now, I hope we know how to solve from here.
You can factor because 2. 8. 2. Yeah.
What can we factor out? Not just a 2, but a
2x.
negative 2. Let's factor out a negative 2. Let's put that in front. What are we left with?
X squared minus 4x minus something.
12.
Minus 12.
Hey, sweet. Okay? I want to give you some time to finish this one out, okay? I'll give you some time. Can we pick up, please? Thank you. AC equals negative 12. There are two nice factors that add up to negative 4. Thank you for those who are working. It's good. It's good. And I see some people who are stuck. What's one of your factors going to be?
Negative 6.
Thank you.
I thought it's negative 2.
Negative 6 and positive 2.
Oh, that's a negative 4.
What do you do with the negative 2 that's on the outside?
You can keep it there. It doesn't matter right now because if you divided both sides by negative 2, you'd still. Okay. What's our first answer, you guys?
X equals 6.
What's our next answer?
X equals negative 2.
Do both of those answers okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because right now, first off, does anyone have any questions on how we set these equal to 0?
No, but
To
I'm
solve
confused with
The negative 2 doesn't matter because you could just divide each side by negative 2. 0 divided by negative 2 is 0. That's gone. Bye-bye. Okay, as long as it doesn't have an x attached. So here's my question then. Dylan, what would make this fraction undefined? What would be the only number that would make this fraction undefined? Can someone help them out? Huh?
1.
1. Because right here, 1 minus 1 would be 0. Okay, so what would make this one?
Negative 5.
Negative 5. And because we don't have 1 or negative 5 there, we know we're okay. Do we have any questions on this big monster?
No, that's a problem.
Okay, that's 6 or 7 points on your next test.
Oh my god.
And that's why it's really cool that a lot of you guys wrote down all of your steps. Okay, not so cool that some of us are sitting there, but hopefully you join us on this next one. What is this actually over?
Over 1.
Is this already factored?
Yeah.
Is this already factored?
I don't know. I can't see.
No. Okay, and I'm going to help you out. If we would factor it to this, because it is, I'm going to give you 10 seconds to write down your LCD, because that is the most important thing we need to know. Just find the LCD. Because if you don't know how to find the LCD, you will not be successful today. So I'm just asking you guys to write down your LCD for this problem. Anyone willing to share? We have 2 people. Cody, what do you have?
Minus 3.
Do we need both of those, you guys?
Yes.
Yeah, we do. Okay, so then what is our next step?
Multiply.
Each by the what? Okay, what would be the only thing left on top?
5 plus 4.
So since we have done a couple problems, if you guys notice, can I get all eyes? If you guys notice that this would cross out, you could just write down what's left. What do we have to write on top of this one though? Yeah, but if you used your common sense knowing that you would have to FOIL anyways, what should we write down up here?
Y
Plus 4.
y squared. Just wait, minus
It's right
3y.
there. It's right here, you guys. Do you guys see that? You need both of these here, and when you get both of these here, you would have to FOIL anyways. Well, that's already FOILed for you right here. Okay? What's going to cross out here? Everything. So essentially then when we would distribute,
Negative 4y
y
plus
minus 16
plus our y squared plus y minus 12, and what's the only thing we're left with?
negative 10.
Next we'd collect like terms, all that good stuff, right? Can we move on to something that's a little different?
Sure.
Okay, because, well, I can finish this one out because some of you guys hate not finishing a problem. Okay, fine. I'm okay with that. When we add 10 to the other side, what would we get here?
2.
We have to add 10. What would this change to if we add 10?
2.
Negative.
Negative 18. You did negative 12 plus negative 16. Then, if we factor, what two factors of negative 18 add up to a negative 3?
6.
Hey, are either one of these extraneous?
No. Wait.
No, because what would make this one extraneous?
If that was
Positive.
A positive 3. Since we got a negative 3, it's okay. How are we doing with LCDs?
Did you just say that word?
Now I did.
Hey, we need to know how to factor, because you guys, if we get stuck on the first step, that's 7 wrong. Okay? Like, we need to understand that. And so to prep you then, okay, go for it.
I just like those colors.
They look great.
I just like your attitude.
I know.
Oh.
Go for it. You go through your same steps. Go through your same steps. Really good notes today. Really proud of you.
I have like 2 corrections left in my quiz, and I can't find it.
Okay, maybe I have it, hopefully. Otherwise, I will have a digital copy that we'll be able to work with. Sound good?
So I know I couldn't tell you which one I had wrong. I wrote it down.
Okay. Okay. That sounds good.
And the other ones are just simple corrections.
Okay. Okay. I like your use of 2 colors. That's cool. That's cool. Yes, our best friend today, you guys, is what?
Least common denominator.
Least common denominator. Very good. Okay? Very good.
I don't know what to do.
Yeah, sure, fine.
Hey, get X on 1. Get X on 1. Get X on 1.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure it's right. So now I got my.
Where?
Is it from
Where? When we multiply, we're gonna go through it on the board. But you shouldn't have any fractions today, Dylan. That's the main point today. So, first off, what's our LCD? Ooh, ho, ho, ho. Okay, what's our LCD, you guys?
3x.
Yes. Okay, it is 3x. And then our best friend is to multiply every single one of these by what?
3x.
3x, and I love that. Hey, those who actually showed this, you're the closest to getting it right. Okay.
Divided by x. Like cross out x.
So you're left with what here?
12.
12. Then we go plus
2x.
2x
Minus equals
equals.
18. And then you subtract.
Okay, time out. Time out. You're done. Do we have anything squared?
No.
When we don't have anything squared, get the numbers to one side. So what number are we going to move to the other side? Olivia?
18.
No, 12.
12.
Then you can
The 12. And we have to subtract it. Now, when we do that, we are left with 2x. What does 18 minus 12 equal? What's our next step?
Oh my
Divide
god.
by 2.
Can you still subtract 18 to the other side?
Oh yeah, but then you're going to have to move your 2x over.
Yeah.
Hey, does that work?
Still
Okay, some of you guys went backwards on me and you did this. You subtracted 18, so you got negative 6 plus 2x equals 0, and then you subtracted 2x. Notice, you can do this, it just takes you a few more steps.
Divide by negative
So.
2.
Same answer. So, what we have to remember, you guys, when we multiply by the LCD, what does it get rid of?
Denominator.
Yeah, and that should make everyone happy because no one likes fractions here. I mean, I don't mind them. The more you work with them, the more you don't care about them, okay? They don't bother you, okay? Right here, here's our last one, and then you guys get work time today already, okay? But if you can write down this original, this is our last one, and then we get some work time. I like that all of us are getting better, though, okay? I walked around, and no one just had nothing,
Nothing.
okay? Let's keep that up. Now, after we write this down, what can we put 1 over?
1.
Okay, cool. And can someone else help us out? What should we do next then?
Factor the first method.
Sweet. Okay, love it. Love it. No. No.
Oh.
Okay. Okay. Don't make a stupid mistake, otherwise I'm gonna say, told you so.
Slamming the mirror. Put it over me.
It's the only way we're gonna get positive. What two factors are gonna make us positive?
Times by this.
So we're AC equals negative 4. So we're gonna be positive.
I don't know.
Fix. We did fix. Where we left off. Oh, yeah. Okay, let's go through this real quick. I don't know if I was meaning to be mean.
Yeah.
But let's check this out. Let's check this out. When we factored this, you guys, do you agree that we had x plus 4, x minus 1?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, that means this is not only just this denominator, it's what? It's the,
Least common denominator.
yeah, it's our least common denominator. So it's what we're going to multiply
Everything.
everything by, okay? And because I just want to save some space up here, okay, what's the only thing we're going to multiply this one by?
For x plus 4.
Okay, cool. And this one, use our brains.
You use x squared plus 3x minus 4.
Yeah, okay? Do you guys notice that? These both would have to be up there, but your answer right here is already foiled. It's already done for you. And right here, we would just be left with 4, correct? Because that would cross out. So let's simplify this. When we distribute, we're going to get,
7x plus 20.
okay, plus x squared plus 3x minus 4 is equal to,
4.
okay. So once we get to this step, I want you guys to get some practice finishing, okay? Because like I said, I really want you to be successful. Because I know you guys all showed up to make me succeed. I want you to succeed. So let's go. when we combine like terms, you guys,
You get 6x squared. How do you not get 6x?
that's 5x plus 20. Okay?
Oh,
What's 5x plus 3x, you guys?
8x.
8x. What's 20 minus 4?
12.
16.
Oh, 16 because I added 4. Subtract 4.
What do we have to do?
Subtract 4.
Subtract 4. Thank you, because we have to get everything to one side when we have x squared. Now, what are we going to have to do next?
Goodish.
Is there a nice 2 factors?
2 and 6.
Yeah. Okay, for those that don't know how to do British method, shore up on that, because otherwise you won't do well today, okay? I want you to do well. What are both our answers?
X negative 6 and negative 2.
Very good, okay? Now, do both of those answers work out?
Yeah.
Yeah, because what would be the first one that would make it undefined?
1.
What would be the next one?
Negative 4.
Cool. Any questions? Now, is this going to be an assignment you want to rush through?
No.
Yes. And you want to
No.
know together.
Okay?
Can you go back a second? Is it in our book? Okay, you guys.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you got it.
You guess.
So, today we're out of our books. I'm going to see if we can go 20 through 38. I'll see how we do, though. If you guys work all the way till the period ends and you guys are focusing and working really hard, I could maybe get off one. Okay? I don't think that's that many anyways. 20, 22, 24, 26, 2, 4, 20, 2, 4, 6, 8, 30, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 problems. So I might get rid of one if we work hard, okay? But once again, yes, this is in our books, page 694. Sweet.